What's up, guys? Lore here with some Heart of the Swarm action. We have a Terran versus Zerg today. This here is Derp, otherwise known as Riff. He's actually the guy who sent me in this replay. I'm hoping that... He actually sent me a bunch of replays, and he did lose in a few of them, so I'm not sure if this is one of the matches that he lost or not, so don't go getting any sort of preconceptions. He is up against Catalyst, our Zerg opponent up in the blue, in the northern portion of this particular map. Now, let's take a look at this map real quick. We have this map is actually really interesting. There is a natural expansion inside your main. We have a relatively wide ramp here at the exit, but there is actually a natural expansion right over here, and Zergs that I've seen playing so far love this map because it does let them get, in fact, everybody who loves going for a fast expansion, so Protoss as well, really loves this map. However, at this third base over here, or potential third base, I should say, we have these destructible debris, which is always going to be a pain in the ass. Then we have this interesting little setup over here, where we actually have, this is usually what you see people take as their third base. We have a collapsible rock tower. If you were to destroy these rocks, they actually do fall and land right where you would want your hatchery or command center or nexus or what have you. So a very early push can actually come over here and not even necessarily come up here into the main and attempt to do any damage there. We see Catalyst coming over here, presumably to drop down his hatchery, although we do have Riff scouting around. Nope, he's not going to go over there and take a look. He's just going to come in and poke and look away, and there goes the hatchery. That would be a 15 hatch for our Zerg hero. But you can actually do some early aggression to knock down this collapsible rock tower and deny your opponent a third, because remember, this other third also has destructible debris. Deny your opponent their third a little bit longer, so it's an interesting take on the map. Not sure how well that's going to work out overall just yet, but it'll be interesting. And this is also a 4-player map, which is why we see this extra scouting going on all over the place. It looks like, obviously, Riff has discovered where his Zerg opponent is, and he hasn't done too much scouting up in there just yet. There is now a gas in the works, as well as a spawning pool, relatively late. And actually, has he, let's check, has he scouted? Yes, he has scouted. That expansion over there is in the works. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what he's doing. He's getting his own expansion up. He's getting 2 barracks at the front of his base. Hasn't quite finished that first one yet, so this looks like a command center first build, actually. Either that or it was right after. I'm not sure on the timing there. Either that or it was right after that first barracks went up. Either way, very fast 2 barracks expansion opening for our Terran hero Riff. And over here on the Zerg side, his spawning pool is just about to finish. He's got 1 gas up, and his expansion has now finished as well. So we're seeing very similar builds to what you would expect if this map were in Wings of Liberty. Very similar, and we even have a very fast metabolic boost coming here for the Zerg player as well. Very fast Zergling speed coming for the Zerg player, which is completely and totally normal. And that, I think, is... Oh, this is interesting. He's left 1 worker on gas. Very nice little trick that you see a lot of top-tier players doing just to get that little bit of extra gas but push themselves a little bit more towards minerals. You see that a lot if they want to go for some heavy Zergling aggression early on. And he is actually sending 2 Zerglings out. Not a ton. He does have his Overlord positioned over here to come in and do some scouting very soon. And now we have 2 gases coming up for Riff, as well as another supply depot. Just very normal stuff. He does have 3 Marines out, so that's going to scare away these couple of Zerglings. Or not. There they go. Away go those couple of Zerglings. And Riff may actually be moving out here. It does allow his front Marine to take 1 hit real quick, but almost takes out that Zergling in the process. And he's getting in here and getting some scouting action going on as well. While that's going on, this poor queen is chasing him around, trying to do something. Looks like he will be able to take out that SCV before it gets away, but there wasn't ultimately much else for him to actually scout, although he did not see those Zerglings pop, so he may not... Oh, well, now he knows. He's got his Marines up here in the front of the base. Nice, cute little quick 3 Marine push, but that is a lot of Zerglings, and he's got himself backed into a corner. The Zerglings are going to move in, take out 1 Marine very quick. 2 Marines and 3 Marines go down in a hurry. Not too much loss there for Catalyst either. So that little aggression may have been a poor choice, because now Catalyst is going to put on that aggression as well. He's sending out his Zergling army out here to do what he can, and there is only... well, I guess there's a good number of Marines here now, and his front is walled up pretty well, so that is going to deflect that relatively easily. But still, he could have had about 3 more Marines than he has currently. He got them caught in that corner there, and they were taken out in a hurry. HotS being very good about his creep and his larva production as well, connecting his two bases very, very quickly, and he's actually getting up his third as well, not going to allow Riff to come over here and kill these rocks and force that collapsible rock denial of that third expansion like I was talking about earlier. To have a scouting overlord looking like he wants to come into position over here, and let's actually take a look around Riff's base and see what we've got going on. This overlord is going to get in there, but he did spot the double factories, and we actually have, interestingly enough, we have Hellions coming out of there. I've seen, and he's going for Blue Flame Hellions as well. I've seen a lot of double factory play into mass Warhounds out of Terran, so it's good to see people trying something that isn't the overpowered unit. I'm very, very happy to be seeing something else in this particular game. And ooh, this nice little push over there. This overlord is going to spot it. Does he have enough to actually deny that? Not even nearly enough. There are nowhere near enough Zerglings. He does have a few more in production, but not enough to stop this. This base is in trouble. The Zerglings are going to come in here. Oh, he does get a nice surround on several of those Marines. Takes out 2 of them, 3 of them right away. And now, wow, that nice little surround right there. That Zergling speed finished just in the nick of time. I don't believe he actually had that before that push happened. So he saved that expansion quite nicely with that little push right there and a quick surround that took out that bunch of Marines right away. Honestly, I feel like Riff could have probably just told his Marines to stop moving at one point there when they were about to get surrounded and been able to take out a whole bunch of them. But since he captured a few of them off to the side in the back there, that caused them to get stuck behind the rest of the group and try to continue moving, and instead they died. But unfortunately for Catalyst, this is a very, very scary army to be coming out. He does not have his Roach Warren completed yet. It's only about halfway done. He's got 2 evolution chambers on the way. But, oh, look at that. Blue Flame Hellions, so good. Still every bit as good as they were in Wings of Liberty. And in fact, that's one thing I wanted to mention earlier before I got sidetracked. Ooh, here we go. Battle Hellions coming out. This will be nice. So we're going to see him come in here with some Battle Hellions. If you are unfamiliar with that change, it gives them a frontal cone attack instead of the line attack like you see out of the normal Hellions. Also gives them a little bit of extra health. So they're able to tank that queen and now start putting some very, very serious pressure here on this. Oh, the drones are... Oh, he only lost a couple of them, actually. Most of them are going to get away. I guess that's actually a pretty good amount of drones that's actually died there. Let's go ahead and check the units. Oops, excuse me, the units lost tab. That would be 5 total workers. Actually, no. Yeah, 5 total workers lost for Catalyst there. So, very nice little push. And this expansion is most certainly going to go down. We do have a big wave of Zerglings, but honestly, against those Battle Hellions, I'm not sure how well they're going to be able to do. This is actually going to be really interesting to see. Oh, he does manage to catch one of them off, but doesn't quite kill it in time. He does get another shot off. But those Battle Hellions, look at that cone splash damage. Just completely obliterated. Even he's amazed by how well that actually worked. Holy crap, that was awesome. Loving those Battle Hellions. Completely destroyed that Zergling army. Now, he does have a good number of roaches up, and he's getting out some more, as well as a good number of Zerglings, so he may be able to do well, and he does have a Warhound out now also. Gonna come over... I don't know what this Queen is doing over here. Queen, no! Oh, the Queen is dead. Long live the Queen. But yeah, wow, that push was actually extremely effective. It's kind of amazing how well the Hellions and how versatile the Hellions now are. I mean, they've always been a very, very good unit, obviously, but that ability to transform is just super awesome. It used to be that you were able to counter Blue Flame Hellions with just a big number of Zerglings, but it looks like that may no longer be the case. They go into that battle mode, they get the cone splash damage, and they just completely rip everything apart. That was something like 30 Zerglings, maybe a few less, like 20 to 30 Zerglings dead in a matter of seconds. It's absolutely crazy. What is this barracks doing out here? Alright, well, this barracks is out here. It's going to take some damage. He does have some siege tanks out here. They're going to take some damage as well. Not really paying attention. Oh, but he does manage to just barely save that siege tank. He was working on this debris down there. Does save that siege tank. Oh, no, they're on move command, taking a bunch of extra damage that they should not have. However, this actually is starting to look like a scary army. Oh, no, these roaches in the back are attacking the barracks instead of the army. Gonna move in here now. That Warhound's gonna go down. We've got more Hellions coming out, another Warhound coming out. This is actually a very, very close battle so far, but it looks like this one may actually be leaning in the favor of Catalyst at the moment. He's up 102 supply to 69 of Riff. He's got more and more Zerglings and Roaches streaming down across the map. There is a siege tank up there, though. It's going to force him to pull back a little bit and give Riff some very, very quick, just a moment to sit back and get himself rested up. He wants to get this expansion up. This one poor SCV has been relegated to destructible debris duty. He's taking that thing down 2 hit points at a time. All right, there. The Hellions and siege tanks and a Warhound are going to come over here and give it a hand, and now he should be able to land that expansion. Meanwhile, let's see what's going on over here for Catalyst. He now has his layer up. He's got a macro hatchery up. It looks like he had another one. Oh, he's remade his third. Had another one of those in production. So that's cool. And he's starting to get his upgrades rolling. He's working on the movement speed for his roaches, getting all sorts of larvae absolutely everywhere, and generally just trying to get himself into that extreme, it looks like very, very roach heavy still. He hasn't really made much else in the way of tech. He does have his layer, like I mentioned earlier, so he could switch into some Infestor play might be nice. Some Spire play might be nice. That's actually pretty good against Warhounds since they can't shoot up. However, he does now have, Riff now has a Thor out, which would help quite a bit against those Mutalisks. And he has a Banshee as well. He's managed to fold a Banshee into this army. And, ooh, that's a scary drone transfer. Yeah, you don't want to transfer your drones directly into your opponent's army. And now here comes that every bit as scary as it was in Wings of Liberty, this slow push, but that's a lot of units there from Catalyst as well. He's going to push in there, takes out the Warhound, takes out a Thor, and backs off. There are several siege tanks out here, 4 siege tanks now out here, just dealing as much damage as they can. And they're actually going to start ripping through those roaches. Again, siege tanks still very, very good against clusters of units such as roaches. They're going to rip things apart, much like in Wings of Liberty. I know I sound like a broken record a little bit. I keep saying, oh, it's just exactly like it was in Wings of Liberty. But that is something that's kind of awesome about this expansion. It's adding a little bit in certain ways, but in other ways it's staying very, very similar and very true to its roots. I believe the Warhound, the Battle Hellions, obviously we got to see those earlier, do add a lot to the gameplay, but you are still able to do things like this slow, methodical siege tank push. While this is all going on, by the way, we have a very, very mule-heavy expansion down here. Hidden expansion, hidden fourth for Riff. So that's a nice little thing that's going to give him a swing up in economy. In fact, if you go ahead and check the income tab real quick, just take a look at that. He's got almost 3 times the mineral income of Catalyst at the moment. So that's going to hurt. And then if we check the units tab, just look at that. He does have Swarm Hosts in production. Swarm Hosts are very good. Oh, but one of them dies right there. He's now moving up in here. These Locusts actually hurt a lot. Ooh, that Thor almost died. Yeah, that was actually a nice trap. There we go. That Thor is now finally dead. And he's going to be able to clear this out. It looks like he's going to move in there with his Zerglings. He's going to move in there with his Roaches. There's just that one Thor in the back now, and that will eventually die. But unfortunately, there is also this Banshee up here, and in fact, there's a Raven as well. But there's this Banshee up there that he doesn't really have an answer for just yet. He has some Queens, but other than that, I don't believe he actually has any Spore Crawlers. What is this upgrade that he's getting? Enduring Locust increases the lifetime of Locust by 10 seconds. Are you kidding me? That's actually crazy. Those Locusts are so good. That's going to be a really, really good upgrade if he ever actually gets a chance to use it, or if this Banshee already has 11 kills. It might just kill everything in this base. Going to try to go toe-to-toe with this Queen. Oh no, the Queen's chasing after the Raven. Takes a whole bunch of extra damage. Not quite going to be able to kill that in time. In fact, the second Banshee now comes in as well. So that Queen has been killed. And Catalyst calling GG. Yeah, those 2 Banshees. The Banshees ended up clinching him the win. He had such an extremely powerful ground army, Riff did, that Catalyst had to spend so much time trying to counter that ground army that he just was not able to get the air defenses up in time. That was a really good game. Well played by both players. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys for the next game.